Cardo, a successful engineer from the bustling city of Manila, decided to go home. He returned to his small, peaceful barrio in Batangas to visit his grandmother, Lola Azon. The village was a tranquil haven, framed by swaying coconut trees and the gentle whisper of the nearby sea. It was a world away from the noise and rush he was used to. One evening, as he helped his grandmother prepare dinner, he couldn't help but notice the state of their ancestral home. "Lola, why haven't we fixed the house?" he asked, his voice laced with concern. "I can see the roof is sinking in some parts." He paused, then added another observation that had been nagging him. "And why do you always give Mang Pilo extra fish? I see your catch, and it always seems bigger than his." Lola Azon just smiled. Her face, etched with the beautiful lines of time, held a look of profound contentment and a hint of mystery. "Cardo, my dear grandson," she said softly, "remember this. Not all debts are paid with money. There are debts that are unseen, but they are heavier and more precious than gold." A few afternoons later, Cardo saw Mang Pilo, the fisherman from next door, delivering a fresh sack of rice to Lola Azon's house. Mang Pilo's voice was filled with a deep respect and affection that was impossible to miss. "Azon," he said, "I know you still won't let me pay you back properly, so I just brought some rice for you. I will never, ever forget what you did for me." Cardo's curiosity grew. What was this deep bond between his grandmother and the fisherman? He just had to know. After Mang Pilo left, he approached his Lola. "Lola, what exactly is Mang Pilo's debt to you? What did he mean?" Lola Azon let out a gentle sigh and her gaze drifted towards the sea, as if looking back in time. "When Pilo was just a young man," she began, "his father was lost at sea. His family was left with nothing. They couldn't afford to send him to school." She paused, her eyes meeting Cardo's. "So, I sold all my jewelry. The pieces your grandfather gave me. I sold them all, just so Pilo could finish college." Cardo was stunned into silence. He always knew his grandmother lived a simple, humble life. He never imagined she once owned valuables she would give away so freely. "But he didn't ask you to do that, did he?" "No, he didn't ask for it," she confirmed. "I did it willingly, Cardo. But he accepted the help, and he worked so hard to become the good man he is today. Now, he brings me rice. He fixes the windows when they break, and he always watches over the house when I'm away. That, my grandson, is his Utang Loob." Cardo was still trying to piece it all together. "But Lola," he pressed, "if he's repaying his debt, why do you give him fish back and sometimes even give him extra? Isn't his help the payment?" Lola Azon nodded, a wise smile playing on her lips. "Utang Loob, my dear, is not like a business contract. It is a cycle. A beautiful, unending cycle of love and kindness. The help I gave Pilo all those years ago, that was my faith in his future. His constant return of kindness, the little things he does for me, that is his respect for our bond, for our shared history." She continued, "So, why do I still give him fish? Because kindness must always flow outward. It cannot be stopped or hoarded. The true payment for a debt of gratitude is not the simple repayment of the original debt. It is the continuation of the kindness, passing it on to another person, and then another." Lola Azon then pointed to an old, weathered boat resting near the shore. "You see that boat, my grandson? That's the very boat I use when I travel to Manila to sell my jewelry. Pilo fixed it up completely, and he still maintains it to this day, just in case." She looked back at the house, at the kitchen, and the new roof over the kitchen that you like so much. "That was Pilo's gift last year, Cardo, not mine." In that moment, everything clicked into place for Cardo. The full truth washed over him. The small acts of help, the gifts of rice and fish exchanged between his grandmother and Mang Pilo, they weren't transactions. They were not debits and credits in a ledger. They were tokens. Symbols of a lifelong love and mutual respect that all began with a single, selfless act of generosity decades ago. From that day forward, Cardo no longer saw the damaged roof as just a problem to be fixed with money. Instead of hiring workers, he began repairing it himself, working side by side with Mang Pilo, sharing stories and laughter under the warm Batangas sun. When it was time for Cardo to return to Manila, his perspective had completely changed. He no longer brought his grandmother envelopes of cash. Instead, he brought brand new fishing gear, ropes, and other equipment that he knew Mang Pilo could use to make his livelihood easier. He finally understood his own Utang na Loob to his grandmother, for her love and wisdom, would not be paid by giving her money. It would be honored by caring for the people and the community that were so important in her life. He learned the most valuable lesson of all. Utang na Loob is not a burden to be carried. It is a beautiful, invisible thread that connects hearts, strengthens communities, and weaves a tapestry of kindness that can last for generations. Thanks for watching. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe for more stories that inspire.